Don't let the politicians or the current political system game you. Don't let them control you. Don't let them own you. That is what they are doing. Right? Become aware, and then you can change it. So, the system is wrong. Then we can see that what do we mean by them gaming you? When you vote, you end up voting for somebody that you aren't 100% certain in, perhaps some of the time. They've gamed you already. They've made you feel that you have to vote for a restricted person. And there are a number of elements that they feel make a candidate more trustworthy or not. And they know what you understand as trustworthy character traits, whether somebody's got a beard or not, for example. You know, oh, they can't have a beard. If you want to be Prime Minister, you know, you could be hiding something behind it. What? 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 Really? 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 So what if you were like a university professor type? What if you were, and you went for the whole sort of beard setup there, or you were like a deep philosophical type? You had that intellectual look about you. What are you? Are you trying to hide something? Is there something, you know, inherently wrong about going for that look? It's incredible, isn't it? But yeah, they understand what makes you tick, and they try and tick all the correct boxes to manipulate you. So I hope you're aware of that what they are presenting to you has been spun and created so that it appears to be something correct for you, and you're playing the game. So be aware. Presentation is another element of that spin. When we hear a speech from somebody and then we comment on that speech, we say, oh yes, he conveyed this and that very, very well in the speech here. Whoever, leader of whatever party or the president comes forward and makes a speech on a thing. The problem we have here is that they have speech writers. Now I know this sounds simple, but you only have to make it simple. If you are having a speech writer do the talented elements to it, those words that will really capture your heart and convey something, you know, that isn't the man you're voting for that is capturing you there. Okay, he's just the front end of the spear, the driving force all the way back down through it. That is the rest of the machine. That's what you are voting for. The silent partners in the back, they're the ones that are making the mechanics work. So you can't really see the people that you're putting into power. Why can't leaders write their own speeches and then have those speeches, you know, just tweaked to perfection, just edited, proofread? Why does it have to be the other way round, that a speech writer has to write the whole darn thing out, and then the reader comes along and approves it or suggests content changes? Surely a speech should be the very heart of the politician's communication, and if he cannot communicate effectively, then why isn't the speech writer the one at the front? So that's another issue. We also have the people that they are targeting specific areas for votes. They are targeting certain people's issues that they know, if dealt with, will get them votes to put them in power. So, oh yes, this area, you know, they're a particular demographic. We'll deal with their issues. We'll get them on side. They'll vote us in. We'll ignore this lot over there, even though they are just as much a representative of the area. They won't vote for us as much. This is how the system works. Accept it. All right. It's dirty, isn't it? This is the game you're playing. You need to be aware of this. And I think one of the routes we could go down to solve this is via transparency. Now, how do we make that which is hidden from our sight more readily available? Well, we are living in a new technological age that is improving, or some would say declining, in its social networking elements and the availability to information about individuals. Now, surely anyone who's trying to go for our votes could make themselves purposely more transparent, make themselves more readily available via the different mediums such as Twitter and the others, make their lives more readily available and understandable without the spin, so that we can start to capture an idea of who they actually are as a person, as a personality. You know, sometimes the people that we put into power, we might quite look at and say, oh, do you know what, I didn't know this and that about him, but I mean, if we were to spend some time with them, for example, we might detest them in person. Don't you think that's important? Don't you think that the gut feeling that you'd actually have an opportunity to have about someone should be an important factor in the vote? Don't you think that the correct kind of exposure and access to that individual, so that you know who you're voting for rather than just the face at the front of the machine? It's like a robot with just a synthetic face put on. It's, even that's been made up. It's dreadful. And at the moment, because everybody's playing the game, that's what they respond to. And if somebody came in genuinely, spoke the truth, didn't care about how they looked, didn't worry about all that sort of silly presentation element, and just spoke from the heart, spoke true ideals, didn't present themselves in a way to manipulate you, right now they would lose, wouldn't they? Because you wouldn't vote for them. Because you've been trained, conditioned to understand this as the current method. So I'm saying the first step is understanding that other ways are possible. Think on this. This isn't just something for you to change your way of thinking immediately. This is something that you should hopefully come back to from time to time over the course of the next few days and weeks, and consider that you and we deserve better. Don't let the system game you. It makes a fool of us all, and ultimately no one gets what they really want or deserve, except a few people in power